up, you guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and you're tapped into Continue or Nah, which is a series where I created where I normally feel like you can tell whether or not you should continue watching a show or reading a series in the first couple of chapters or first couple of episodes. So I just give a brief summary and I let you guys know whether you should add this to your list and watch a show or read it, or if you should nix it off your list or totally bypass it and say nah and throw it in the trash. So in this video, we're going to be talking about One Piece, mainly the One Piece live action that has been out for almost a month now. So let's get into it. So let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it. If you want to know, continue. As a One Piece girl, as a One Piece fan girl since 2012, continue. Oh, I loved it. Oh my gosh, I loved it. So it came out on August the 31st. It was like the episode, there's 8 episodes that are roughly between 50 to 55. I think there was like minutes. I think there was one episode that was like an hour, but it didn't even feel like that. It covered the whole entire East Blue saga, which is the first 100 chapters of One Piece. And if you want to know how far you got to go, if you're interested in picking up One Piece, I read the most current chapter this morning, which is chapter 1093. And then if you're going to watch the anime is on episode or chapter 1076. But it was so good. And then to find out that they are getting a season 2. So we're going to meet Robin, Chopper, Vivi, Bon Clay, Crocodile. We might even get to meet Enel. Like, they did such a tremendous, they did so well with this. And I'm shocked because I doubted them. I felt like this thing was going to be trash because we know if you are an anime and manga lover, you know for a fact that 9 times out of 10, these live actions be garbage. There's only a handful that are actually good. And for me, the 2 that I always enjoy is Bleach and Assassination Classroom. I know there's a lot of others. I know there's Alice in Borderland. My sister, who doesn't even like anime and manga, she actually likes that one. She likes watching that one. You have Attack on Titans. There's Full Metal Alchemist. You have Nats. Like, there's Erase. I heard Erase was good. There's so many other there's good adaptations, and then there's bad adaptations. And 9 times out of 10, they're bad. And it's just because it doesn't translate. Like, sometimes anime and manga just does not translate to live action medium. Like, the CGI isn't good, the dialogue is really corny. It just doesn't translate. But I think they did a phenomenal job with the dialogue here. That's not to say that it was great. There were times where the dialogue was like clunky and it was cheesy, but then there was other times where it wasn't. And it's a testament to the writers, because a lot of people will say, well, they have the manga, they can just do that. But that, just because you have the source material does not mean you don't have to create a script. And they were able to create a script where the things that were shown, because they weren't shown correctly, I would say. They were shown right, but not in the correct way. Like Kobe finding out that Luffy is Garp's grandson. That is not how it went down in the manga or the anime. You know, the whole situation with Kuro and the Black Cat Pirates, and it got very like horror movie-esque in those episodes. That's not how it went down either in the anime and in the manga. But they had to weave that story that way so we could understand where we were going and understand these characters. And that doesn't happen if you don't have competent writers. So with the writer's strike and everything, these corporations and networks need to pay these people what they're worth. Like, we get the best content when people are financially stable and able to have their creativity. Like the new movie that came out, Who Cloned Tyrone? That movie was good. And I'm just kind of like, that's a new story we haven't had. And it was because someone gave the director an opportunity and gave them the funds in order to show us their creativity. And it's just frustrating that these people aren't asking from us. These actors, these writers are not asking from us They're just asking for a little to survive, and these networks and corporations are giving them their asses to kiss, and it's not fair and it's not right. It really isn't. It just ain't. So the things that I enjoyed about this series is the casting. I think they did an amazing job. Everyone looked right, okay? Everyone looked good. Like, so let's talk about our Straw Hat crew. So Luffy was played by Inaki. I hope I'm saying his name right. He annoyed me, which is a good job because Luffy annoys me. But I really enjoyed the way he played Luffy. Like, he was goofy, but still competent. And at times, especially in the earlier seasons of One Piece or the earlier chapters of One Piece, Luffy just seemed dumb as hell. But as you keep reading, you can tell that there is a brain in there. He just gives into his impulses too quickly. And then Emily, who played Nami, I think she did a wonderful job. I liked how she was so guarded because that's how we were introduced to Nami, and she played it well. And then Makinyu, who played Zoro, I saw some people having gripes about him where they were like, Zoro's not that stoic. In the beginning, Zoro was that stoic and very like, I'm the cool older brother. I don't play the games that y'all play. Taz and Usopp. Okay, Jacob and Taz. When I tell you, I don't know how they did it, but they did it. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. I have never been a Sanji girl. I am not a Sanji fan girl. I am not in the Sanji club. I am a Moss head girl, okay? Shout out to Zoro. But the way Taz played Sanji, y'all, that there's like a scene where there's pirates arguing in the Baratier, and Sanji's got an attitude because he just got kicked off of the cook line, and he walks out there, and the way he smoothly told them to stop fighting and beat their asses, I said, oh my God, Taz, what are you doing? What do you do? And then when he walked over to the table with the other characters, and he was like, can I get you something to drink? Oh, it was just, I said, come on, Taz. I think it's the accent. It has got to be, because I think he's Australian. Is he Australian? No, he's from Spain. He's from Spain. Like, when I tell you, it's that accent did something. That accent did something, but he's Arab and British. Whew, a combination, okay? And then Jacob playing Usopp. I have always had a soft spot for Usopp, but Jacob, when I tell you, I couldn't stand Jacob in Greenleaf. And if you don't know what Greenleaf is, Jacob played a character by the name of AJ, who was somebody's long lost child, and he worked my nerves on Greenleaf. Greenleaf was a drama series that came up on OWN. It was about a black family that owned a mega church that had, like, you know, a shady past and stuff. But Jacob got on my nerves. But Jacob as Usopp, I fell for him, y'all. It was them fan edits on TikTok. Seeing Jacob dancing when he was drunk, I was like, I dig it. And the way he played Usopp. Like, Usopp is meant to be a coward on the surface, but below, Usopp has courage. Usopp is like a representation of like what a normal person would be in the Straw Hat crew. He doesn't have a devil fruit. He's an amazing sniper, but he is with a captain who, like I said, he gives in the impulse controls and puts them into dangerous situations. But the way Jacob played Usopp was very like, he was like a con artist, but in a nice way. And I like him. I liked him. I liked all of the Straw Hat characters. And then the casting for the other characters. All the girls are in love with Buggy. That's played by the actor Jeff Ward. I thought the guy who played Garp did a great job. His name is Vincent Reagan. The guy who played Arlong did a great job to me. A lot of people had a problem with the way he looked, but that's Arlong looked good to me. He looked good to me. Like the casting was great. Shanks looked good, and although I ain't gonna lie, when I first saw Shanks, I said, is he on a diet? Is he gonna get bigger? I hope he gets bigger, because Shanks is way buffer than that in the anime and manga. The guy who played Zeph was great. Kobe was great. Like, even Sanji, like Yasop and Ben Beckman and all of them, like, they did such a good job. They did such a good job. Now, them snails, they did too good a job on them transponders. Some things gave me the creeps. gave me the group. Whoever made those, that's not the work of the Lord. That's not the work of the Lord. The set was cool. The sets were actually cool. Like, my favorite were the Baratier and the Mary. Like, I don't know why I like the Going Mary and the Baratier, but I just thought they, like, you could tell that these people took their time and wanted the fans to appreciate their work, as well as show the fans that we care about this just as much as y'all do. And I love that. Like, you saw it in the costume designs, you saw it in the way people acted out their characters, that people really cared about their roles, no matter how minuscule that they were. Because that's the thing about One Piece, a role, like, you could see somebody and a character, you could be like, does not matter, but we'll see them pop up in One Piece and everybody will fan out because people like those types of small connections. So I think Netflix I don't say Netflix. I think the people who created this, who decided to be a part of this, they did an amazing and wonderful job. And I really do hope that when season 2 comes, that everything is sorted out, that these people are being paid livable wages and more, because they deserve it. So those are just some of my thoughts. If you have any thoughts, please comment below. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. And yeah, remember to be bravely authentic and hop down in them comments below. Deuces.